Hello YouTube. I'm going to do a really short video for you guys tonight. You know, as I done the winch mount on the trailer, everybody seemed to really like it. And I'm going to do one on the actual receiver mount for the winch. I've got it right here. I know my workstation's a mess. I've not had a chance to clean all this up from the other night. But I'm going to put this together, mount the winch on it, and show you how that's going to look. So we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, this is the winch that I have to go on this thing. 13,000 pound winch. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to have any problem pulling anything. As kinky as that sounds. So this guy, probably the best way to do it is put it upside down. Like so. And scratch it up, you know, that's always a good thing to do. But seriously, and then this guy just bolts on here. Your fire lead roller goes there. So a cool thing about this winch is the bolts have little slots that they go in that holds them on. Like so, and it won't let them turn. So we can just put that in, then tighten the bolts up, and it's good to go. All right, so these bolts that go on the winch are pretty neat. You got a square head, they just slide back in the slot, that holds them. And then we bolt this on. Check something here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and bolt the fire lead on first because it has less clearance. So these fire lead bolts, just regular bolts, lock washer, regular washer. Pretty simple. I didn't really have room to put the impact in here, so do it the old-fashioned way with the socket. We'll tighten these up. We'll be right back with you. Okay, so the fire lead is mounted on. So that's on. So anyway, I've got these tightened up. These are on. Fire lead's ready to go. I'm gonna mount the winch on this thing. And like I said, it's pretty simple. These square bolts slide in. I've got one in there, okay. Well anyway, square bolts slide in there. And we mount this on, tighten the bolts up. This part's done. Alright, so just verify on the front and the back, because I'm looking at it upside down. But these just go in here. Nut, lock washer. Start tightening it. Finger tight, tighten it up. Okay, that part's done. Flip this big bad boy over. It's heavy. We're gonna set it up on its end like this. And actually I'm probably gonna lay it flat because it's just too heavy. Okay. We'll lay it flat. Yeah, we'll lay it flat. It'll be a lot easier. And then these two handles bolt on like so. On each side like that. Bolts just slide through them, tighten up. And then this mount is ready to go. Put in a receiver. And there we have it. It's all together. I think all I gotta do now is put the wiring on it and the hook and run this through it. And it's ready to go. Okay, so now that's got the Everything mounted up. Got these nice big handles that you can pick up and pack. And then it goes in a 2-inch receiver there, if you can see. And this is the water hooks up to power. Like on your battery or a jumper cable, whatever you need to do it with. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I got new tires for the trailer. I'm gonna take that one. This one actually held air. It's still in pretty rough shape, but I'm just gonna keep it as a spare for now. Probably gonna later on buy one more radial and put on it, but for now, I'll just keep that one for now. And we're gonna bolt these up on there. Then we'll go ahead and work on getting these lights in, getting the winch battery mounted, and we should be ready to call it good. So we'll go ahead and get those tires on. All right, for a little quick tip I wanted to give everybody. If you've got a heavy tire and you can't lift it up and get it on the lugs, a little tip I learned is take your legs like so and use your feet to lift it up. And then your feet you can use for leverage and it'll slide right on. Another wheel mounting tip, if you're using an impact, always spin your lugs on about to the threads are almost into the stud. This will keep you from stripping studs. You try to just shoot them on, and I've seen a lot of shops do this. They'll just try to stick barely put it on there and shoot it on. Spin it on there as good as you can with your fingers. Then go back and hit it with the impact. Then you won't have to worry about stripped out studs. And there's those. Those look 100 times better too than the old tires. I'd much rather have radios over these old polyglass tires, even on a trailer. They just drive better and everything. So those look really good though. So I ran into a problem out here on the winch. This mount is too long to fit in here. I originally had another mount that didn't have these arms on it and wasn't as big, but it wouldn't hold the fire lead for this winch because this winch is so big. So I ended up having to get this one. It's a little bit longer than what the other one was. So problem is now I'm too close here and I'm a little lower than I want to be from the other mount. So my plan is now I can lose 2 inches of this. It's still gonna be setting too low. So I take the scrap that I cut off this and mount this on top of it, and then I can bolt all of it down with long bolts and just cinch the metal piece under this, so I've got a riser, and then I've got just a little bit shorter mount. At least that's my plan. I think that will work though. Okay, so this is what I got. I got it up probably about 2.5 inches. It made it perfect to slide so it doesn't catch right here. And I don't think that's gonna go anywhere. I got 4 grade A bolts through it, and it's sitting on a piece of metal. So, I mean, I'm moving the whole trailer like that. So, that should get the winch up here. It gives me enough, the little bit of extra clearance I needed. So we'll get the winch up here and test it out. So I come up with this for the battery. I had a flat piece of bar. I just bent it around the battery box, as you can see. And I had 2 of these L brackets. There's already a hole in my trailer right here. So I'm just gonna mount it like that and mount it on it. I may put the other L bracket just to keep it from wobbling, but that's all it's really gonna do, is that right there and hold that. So, and then I'm gonna have a bolt through that side to hold the flat stock perfectly. But that's it. So I've just got the lid setting on it, but there you go. I may need to put a couple washers in behind it or just notch the lid. I think I'm just gonna notch the lid so it clears them 2 brackets, but there you go. I'm gonna drill a small hole in the bottom just so it drains. because there's no way to keep water 100% out of it. But that will work. I mean, it can vibrate, but it can't go anywhere, and that's really all I'm worried about. Okay, so I took 10 snips, just notched the lid. You can see back there, fits right on there. Snap down. So that's it. We'll put the battery in it and it's good to go. So I've ran into a new problem. I've got my winch spout built. It's good enough to get it in there, no problem. However, the idiots that made this thing made this piece too long, and it won't slide back in and hit the hole. If you'll notice, the factory, it's not going to slide in any hitch the way they made it. The only option I had is either drill another hole, and that's putting it way back here where the metal would be thin, or take about an inch off this. So my choice is, I think I'm going to take an inch off this. I don't think it's going to hurt the integrity enough to matter if I take 3/4 to an inch off this, and then I can line up to the hole. Okay, so I've got it hooked up with jumper cables to my truck, but so I'll call it successful. Looks like we can load up to take it tomorrow. I'm probably not going to hook the battery up tomorrow. I'm probably just going to use jumper cables to feed it tomorrow, but we're ready to go. So I know what you guys are thinking. It's like, but Jeff, you said you was going to put LED lights and new boards on it, and I am. But the thing is, I had to have the trailer to get the 16-foot boards because I can't haul them in my pickup truck. The downfalls of a short wheelbase truck. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that in the next go round on this trailer. Get the boards and deck it, and while I'm at it, I've got the LED lights. They finally come in for these, and I'll go ahead and replace all these LEDs. And I'm probably going to order me some stake pockets that have D-rings in them while I'm at it, and that will finish everything on the trailer. The reason I had to have this done, I have another video coming up. We're going to pick up a vehicle for a friend. It's going to be a collaboration between me and Average Bow, so stay tuned for that. I think it'll be really, really cool. I think you guys will enjoy it. Thanks for watching.